Girlfriend won't let me use her restroom, M25, F24. My girlfriend and I have been dating nearly 6 months now and things are cool for the most part and I love her and all that jazz. So for the first 3-ish months of our relationship she never allowed me inside her house or even near the door, lives with parents. Her parents already were aware of me and we've met plenty of times before that. We finally got past that barrier. But now something I've noticed is that I can't ever use her restroom. I'm relatively a clean person. I have manners as well. Anything I have to pee I find myself pissing in her backyard, or if I have to go shite I'll go to the nearest gas station. Is this absurd? Maybe I'm tripping? Please give feedback. If someone never let me use their restroom, I would never go to their home again. It's rude and also ridiculous to make you go to a gas station. Have some self-respect. Very strange. Maybe she's super messy and doesn't want you to know? This is weird. Could she have OCD? Very weird. And instead of talking to her about this like a normal person, you decided to make a Reddit post? Maybe they have a plumbing issue? Maybe shit stinks? Maybe she has OCD? Maybe her parents have OCD? Maybe there's some cat litter in the toilet they have yet to clean? So many reasons and we can't tell you one because we ain't living in your GF's restroom. Please talk it out with her for the sake of your bladder. Girlfriend, 38F, wants to leave the US over political concerns, but I, 39M, have 3 kids here. I'm looking for advice because I feel torn. I'm divorced with 3 young kids, 8, 6, and 4. My girlfriend is a naturalized US citizen, originally from India, and she's increasingly worried about the political climate here. She fears that with Trump back in office, the US could slide towards something like 1930s Germany, and she's pushing hard for us to leave America before it gets worse. I understand her concerns, and I don't want to dismiss them. But my kids are here, and being an involved dad is my top priority. I can't imagine leaving them, especially while they're still young. At the same time, I don't want to lose my relationship, and I don't want to be clouded in my judgment as I'm a white male who was born in the US. Has anyone else dealt with a partner wanting to move abroad for safety, political reasons while you have strong family ties keeping you here? How do you even begin to balance these competing responsibilities and values? How do I approach this delicate situation with shared 50-50 custody with my ex-wife? Edit 1. Not looking to leave my kids, I would look at solutions and agreements with my ex. This is where I really can't see anything happening. Things would have to get pretty bad for that to make any sort of sense to here where I took 2 and she kept 1 plus her kid in the new relationship. Edit 2. I'm not considering and it has led to arguments. I made this post not to consider but to make sure I'm thinking straight in my decisions. I have always told her my kids are number 1. The only thing I can't do as a white male is understand the perspective of a brown woman truly. That is why I made this post. She can move, you can stay, you don't have to go with her. And can probably break up. And frankly, even if I was divorced, my home is where my kids are. You have a 4, 6, and an 8-year-old. To move comes at the cost of giving those kids up. Time that you will never get back with them, you'll miss them growing up entirely. Kind of crazy that this is even being entertained by you. You stay, she moves, and you guys break up. That's the reality of the situation here. Your priority is the kids and there's no way a custody agreement works moving abroad like that. It also completely ignores the fact of where would you love, what about your job, are you getting a visa, etc. etc. Obviously, you need to be putting your children first. It's insane you're even considering leaving them to move abroad. My guy, unless you 2 are married, there's no reason you ought to be considering moving or split on what to do. Your kids are here, they need you, your girlfriend doesn't, it truly is just that simple. You don't approach it with your ex. You stay put and be a present father. When you date someone with kids, you have to be prepared to stay put until the kids are in college at least. 7 years down and 5 to go for us before we can move out of the school district. I had a great opportunity for work to move to Europe again but I chose my relationship. We would love to build up at our property up north but can't do that and maintain 50-50. So we stay put. I don't at all think she's wrong to be concerned. But you're simply not in a position to be a good parent and move. You can do one or the other. I have been together with my girlfriend, who is originally from Europe, for 5 years. I have an 11-year-old son who is with me 50%. We are very much an anti-Trump household, and she has told me she would move back in a heartbeat if shit gets worse. I love her very much, but that would be the end of the road for our relationship, and she knows it, because my son always comes first. My 25 female wife emotionally cheated on me 25 male with a coworker. How can I begin to trust her again? I caught my wife flirting with a coworker over texts a few weeks ago and did the usual outrage and got upset with her. I spent the night at a friend's house and came back the next day to talk it over. It was some guy she's seen in passing who got her number off the staff website and just wanted to have some excitement with a newly married woman. Our 1 year is coming up, and it was nothing physical. I asked her how she could do this to me and gave me the excuse that she liked the positive attention and realized it went too far when he admitted to wanting more than texting. I laid some foundational rules of texting him they weren't going to talk again and to block him, and she did as much. She has been honest that it was a terrible mistake and wants to move on with our relationship and wasn't attracted to the man but rather the attention, but of course I have my doubts and I'm in a lot of emotional pain. We've had some other small relationship issues with her habits but nothing major, but she used that as an excuse why she wanted positive attention since we've been fighting recently. I've forgiven her and want to stay with her but don't know how to really forgive her. Any advice would be appreciated. She did this after only a year of being married? Dude, what is she going to do after 10 years, or when you have the stress of kids or other things in life that come up? And that is assuming you can actually believe her when she said texting is all that has happened. This or something much could have happened before. Of course she's attracted to him, that's why the attention from him felt so good for her. How to trust again, that's currently not possible. Each day when she leaves to work, you will be wondering what they talk about or do at work. This will get worse when she does overtime or is just 5 minutes late. Your thoughts will wander and you will doubt her every single day that she gets back to work. As long as she continues working at that place with that guy, your mind will not have a chance to calm down, and because of that she can also not win your trust back. She will eventually cheat again because she craves the attention. You need to decide if you can live with this. The cost of a divorce is its lowest right now. You're not even a year in. No kids, just cut contact, divorce and move on. If she craves attention from other men, then this will not be the first time she's going to do this. She cut off this guy, but what will happen when she finds someone she's attracted with again? How far can she go to have their number? If she made an effort to find this guy's number, she can do it with others too. Not even a year in your marriage and she's already craving for other men's attention. Yikes. My ex, 34M, got married after a short relationship and I'm 30F, struggling to process it. I'm a 30F who was in a long-term relationship with someone, 34M. We were together for nearly 7 years before we split about a year and a half ago. Not long after our breakup, about 6-7 months later, I learned from a mutual friend that he met someone new on a dating app. They've been together since, so around a year, and just got married recently. Before we ended things, I told him that if we didn't get engaged before the end of that year, I couldn't stay in the relationship. I think I knew even then that he wouldn't do it, and maybe that was part of me already letting go. His reasons for not proposing always revolved around needing more time, which was confusing considering we'd been together for so long. How much more time did he need? Anyway, then he meets someone new and proposes within a year. Now they're married. Even though I was the one who ended things, I've been feeling this nagging sense of unfairness. How did he suddenly become ready to commit? Was I just the long-term placeholder? Did I waste years waiting for someone who was never really planning a future with me? I know it's probably not healthy to think this way, but it's been hard not to spiral into those thoughts. If you've been through something similar, how did you come to terms with it? What helped you find peace and move forward? You guys weren't right for each other. Maybe he felt like she was the right one for him. I know it must suck, but it's better than being in a relationship with someone who doesn't truly love you. I say stop paying attention to your ex, block him out of your life and focus on yourself. Eventually you'll find the person who is right for you. There's few ways to see this. 1. You actually ending things was the swift kick in the ass he needed. He hit rock bottom, realized he lost something forever, you and the relationship, because he sat on the fence too damn long. He resolves never to let that happen again. Changes and asks quickly this time. 2. You were a placeholder. He kept dragging things out to avoid dealing with that reality because you were comfortable and it was going to be unpleasant. Moves quickly with next girlfriend because he was in the right place, but not with the right person. This is so common. A man dates a woman for years and won't marry her, then gets engaged shortly after. Yes, you were a placeholder and he must have felt that you weren't the one. Go find a man that is crazy about you. He wasn't the one. If it helps, they're probably still in the honeymoon phase of the relationship and got married too quickly to know if they are really compatible long term. They likely haven't had real tests of a relationship like big fights or financial struggles or loss. I would take a look at r/waiting_to_wed for similar stories. If it comforts you, a lot of time men don't really settle or get married because they think this Y or X is better. Just they were pre-cooked by the previous woman or women they dated, and then they reach a certain age and people around them settle. They settle with the one that is with them.